Well. We hear rumors again, don't we? Barry Odom, UNLV coach, rumored all around. What are the facts? I think that's the question you guys want to know the answer to, and we're going to talk about that. This is Locked On West Virginia.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up? Welcome in, guys. My name is Mountaineer Paul, your host. This is Locked On West Virginia. Give me 1 second while I change the background. We're going to go a little crazy here for a second. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. I thought I changed it. There we go. All right, and I'm out of there. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen, and for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen, and for being part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where we talk about your team every single day. Brought to you by FanDuel, guys. $5 bet on FanDuel, and you can get up to $150 in bonus bets. That's if you win. Go to FanDuel.com to get started. So yesterday, a random burner account called The Collective reported something on Barry Odom being the front runner to pretty much get the job behind Neal Brown. And then I didn't really put a lot of stock into it, obviously. No offense to that person. I don't even know who they are. And then I'm going to bring up X real quick. For those of you listening on podcast, this is Mike Farrell. He has 160,000 followers over on X, and he put out earlier, and I don't know how far down I'm going to have to go to find this. Let's see, that's 5 hours ago. Let's see. He posted something earlier today about Barry Odom, and I wanted to read it verbatim off of here. I meant to have it already ready, but man, I was having all kinds of stuff. Here we go. Report: Barry Odom to replace Neal Brown. So it's from Mike Sparrow Sports. Report: West Virginia has a target to replace Neal Brown. Neal Brown is still the head coach of West Virginia, but the Mountaineers may have his replacement in mind. West Virginia head coach Neal Brown is on the hot seat after a 5-5 start in Morgantown. So with that, there are plenty of rumors about its future. A new one has the Mountaineers already identifying their target head coach, and it is an interesting one. And then, unfortunately, I read the article, and then I saw here, boom, the Collective deal is the source that he's citing for this, which is unfortunate. I guess you know, if you're on the outside, you're not going to know that that's not legit, you know. So, but anyway, let's continue on with this. As you can see, Barry Odom is a hot name in the coaching world now in his second season in charge of UNLV, 17-7 record with the program, and hadn't won more than 7 games in a season since 2000 prior to his arrival. This is an amazing accomplishment and is deserving of attention. This comes after he was previously the head coach of Missouri from 16-19, compiled a 25-25 record. While that didn't end well, Coach Odom has quickly revitalized his career in Las Vegas. For West Virginia, it has been a roller coaster ride with Coach Brown. He began the 23 season on the hot seat, but after 9-4, temperature cooled a bit. However, this season everything has regressed once again, which has put him in the position he currently is in. The season started with losses to Penn State and Pitt in the first 3 games. We know all that, guys. Culminating with the loss to Baylor here recently. His relationship with the fan base is extremely negative, which has helped when he made these comments earlier this season about, are we having fun yet? So the fans are no longer having a good time, and with that, a coaching change is very likely no matter how the last 2 regular season games of the season go. And when the Mountaineers are back on the market for a head coach, hiring Odom would make sense, as he has proven to be deserving of another chance at the Power 4 level. So interesting stuff there. Now, my opinion is this is not, I'm not going to call it fake, but it's, in my opinion, not likely to happen. I just wanted to get on here and address it, right? So Mike Farrell, if he was reporting it himself, if this was coming from him, I would put more stock in it. The fact that he is citing the collective, whoever that person is or people, lets me know that he's, kind of not, he's really not doing his diligence on this one. And it's unfortunate because I thought, while I would not have Barry Odom as not even my top 3, he's not even in my top 4, I would still take him over Neal Brown at this point in time. Raise your hand in the class if you're with me on that one. So it's like, no, I don't really want Barry Odom, but if that's who I have to settle for instead of Neal Brown, then let's see where it goes. Sorry about that, guys. I got a new phone, and of course, just when I get used to turning the old one down, now this one. So, I don't know, man. This is one of those situations where I'm like, why can't people just at least check with the source first, or dig into who this collective thing is? Like, they have 1,000 followers on X, but looking at their history, like, looks like they might have been in the mix on the Kim Stevens thing, but it's been so long ago now with Kim Stevens going to Tennessee from Marshall that I don't even know when that broke. I'd have to go look into timelines, but yeah, just in my opinion, though, guys, I wouldn't get my hopes up too hardcore about this one. So I know that's probably not what anybody wanted to hear. You probably want me to go on and on about how he'd be good or bad for us, but I don't even think it's possible at this point in time. So what my source told me was, and this is 100% what I was told, this is not me being an echo chamber. I'm not repeating everything that I've heard. Good Lord, man. Sorry about that. I thought I turned it down. That's what I say. It's a new phone, and like I turned the volume down, but it's still got the media volume up, I guess. I usually have it set to where they all go down at once. All right. So my source definitely told me today that decision hasn't been made on Neal Brown yet, and I know that's what nobody wants to hear, but it's the truth. UCF has still got to be played out, and so does Texas Tech. I can't count. I can't tell you how many people in the comments of the last few videos have told me that they are wishing for Neal Brown to fail, like they're wishing for us to lose these games. It's so hard for me to do that. And another thing is, one thing I just want to say is, are these 2 games really what's going to make or break the tenure of Neal Brown as far as in Ren Baker's mind? Like, if him winning one more game this year is the only thing you need to see, I question that. I do. Like, you've either got to have your mind pretty much made up or you don't at this point about Neal Brown. I don't get this. Well, if he wins one more game, he's probably safe. Is it really that fine of a line? And if it is, then what's one game really matter in the grand scheme of it? It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So that's my personal opinion on it. Love to know how you guys feel about it. Up next on Locked On West Virginia, we'll talk a little bit more about this situation and the declining ticket prices at West Virginia. Is that real? Let's talk about that next on Locked On West Virginia. This episode of Locked On West Virginia is brought to you by Skylight Frames. Are you missing someone this holiday season and want them to be part of your festivities from afar? Maybe gift giving isn't your love language, but if you overthink it and wind up with something disappointing or nothing all like I do, try to find a gift for a group of people maybe, Well, we've got the perfect gift for you. Skylight Frame is a touchscreen digital photo frame for your whole family, and they will love it. Upload thousands of photos with your phone and watch them appear in seconds. It's easy to use. Setup takes less than 60 seconds. Invite friends and family to easily share photos via the free Skylight mobile app or email. No account subscription is required for that. It only takes a tap on your phone to send new photos to a frame across the country. It's the fastest, easiest way to keep your loved ones in a loop, and they'll feel so much better and more connected to you. Now is a special limited time offer for our listeners. Get $20 off your purchase Skylight Frames when you go to skylightframe.com. That's skylightframes.com/college. Skylightframe.com/college and get $20 off your purchase. Now at skylightframe.com/college. All right, guys. So something I was looking at earlier today that kind of caught my attention just a little bit was the ticket sales for this game and the prices of the tickets. Oh man, I don't know. Let me go see if I can find it really quick, as like I was just doing. Let's see, football dude. I think had it. So let's share screen with you guys, and for those of you listening on podcasts, this is where I saw it earlier was on Football Dude, I believe his name is. He posted, I haven't been to a game in Morgantown in years. Are these prices on par with the norm, or is this the Neal Brown effect? And this is on SeatGeek, by the way. You've got seats going for $18, $16, $17, $32, $15, all the way up to $112, $16, several seats for 17, 16, 18, 19, 46, 64, 23, 16. You know, it's crazy how much this has fallen off since earlier this year. It really is, guys. I'm truly just kind of shocked, you know? Like, I wonder if the university has possibly bought all the tickets up and resold them on this app or on apps like this to try to make sure to keep attendance up. Because I'm sure 16, 17 bucks a piece, people are going to buy these. So I found it to be easy or interesting because some people are saying that this is because of the Neal Brown era. I don't think it's necessarily that as much. Like if you look on the university website, tickets are kind of going for what they kind of usually always go for. So these are likely tickets that have already been paid for being resold on SeatGeek. Obviously, this isn't the university here, but I still think it's, you know, the fact that they're being sold at these prices is not a good look. My Penn State ticket from earlier this year went for quite a bit of money. So, I mean, I was able to get several $100s for it. You're not going to find that right now. So, you know, I think it does, even though this is SeatGeek, you can draw the connection to the state of the program as it is right now. I mean, you can't. It's just the truth. My opinion on it anyway. And maybe we just look for reasons to bash on Neal and the state of the program. ESPN says the tickets as low as $7, according to somebody in the chat. I mean, come on. Is that something we're proud of as a fan base, y'all? Is this something we're really going to hang our hats on? I can't do it, you know, obviously. I am going to support the team from afar, obviously, but I'm not going to be the guy that buys a bunch of these tickets up so that and hands them out to people or something. Like I've seen people propose that, like, well, if we get some people together and we just buy a couple hundred tickets here and there, maybe we can hand them out to some people and the stadium won't be so empty. If you're having to work that hard to make sure the stadium's not empty, you definitely got the wrong coach, or you're having just a really bad year. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments, guys. Is this yet another thing that's indicative of the Neal Brown era? I wonder. Have fans finally grown tired to the point of, yeah, here I bought this ticket for $300 or it's a season ticket, but I'm going to sell it for $15. And like if you look on there, there's like 20 of them, 30 of them that you can get that cheap or cheaper. Wild, man. Wild. Somebody said just buy them and hand them out for Christmas gifts and tell them you got them on sale. Yeah. Yeah, I got this. These are expensive tickets now. I got them for $150. What'd you say? I didn't say 7, I promise. So interesting stuff though. Also, by the way, some interesting rumors flying around basketball last night. If you didn't hear, Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher were supposedly there. I tried all day to confirm or deny whether or not they were there, even making posts about it. I'll show you what I posted, and you guys can draw your own comparisons here. But I posted misspelled can. Can anyone confirm 100% that Nick Saban and Fisher were at the game last night, or is this just a rumor? This is basketball. Casey Leg Enthusiast said, I can 100% confirm it. I had a buddy send me a picture of him with both of them. Unfortunately, don't have his permission to share since he's in the picture. I said, well, then I can't believe it. Like, what do you mean? You can't, like, what is this, HIPAA? Like, your buddy's in a picture with Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher. Like, why is that such a secret? So that, just things like that makes no sense. Like, do you have a picture of them or not? Somebody else said, I heard they skipped the game and it was at a bar on Cheat Lake. Yeah, Oliver Luck was met with Nick Saban and Jerry West Lounge at the Coliseum at 4:30 yesterday. Like, this is just an absolute cesspit of rumors right here. So at the end of the day, this person here says he saw them. There's a lot of people obviously being rude here. This person, Shep. Look, this person's going to call me names, but yeah. So, I just couldn't believe how many people were putting that out there. That they were there last night. At the end of the day, it seems like they weren't, but it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for them to come watch a game now that they're both technically out of the sport. So I'm just curious about it. Nobody ever confirmed it or denied it. I'm going to go ahead and lean on the denial aspect of that. Just my opinion, though. All right, guys. Thanks for joining this evening. Like I said, no Barry Odom, in my opinion. I don't foresee him being the guy, quote unquote, for West Virginia. I just wanted to address that because I personally feel like a lot of people were putting some stock into it. Goodness, am I doing something wrong here? There it is. And I just didn't think that was the case. Up next on Locked On West Virginia, guys, we'll continue that conversation for a few more minutes. Stick around. I'll tell you a couple more things about Odom. This is Locked On West Virginia. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia is brought to you by FanDuel. Get ready to tackle NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now customers can get a $5 off $150, guys. You get $150 in bonus bets if you win that $5 bet at FanDuelSportsbook.com. If you win, you got to win. Go to FanDuel.com to get started today, and make sure you to remember that FanDuel is an official sportsbook partner of the National Football League. And Prize Picks, guys. Don't forget, with this episode sponsored by Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports on action. With over 10 million members, billions of dollars in award winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just have to pick more or less on at least two players for a shot to win up 100 times your cash. Your game is all season long on Prize Picks. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks for as little as 4 correct picks. It's the best place to get real money sports action and join over 10 million users. Sign up today. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you pay $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus, so it's basically free. It's guaranteed. It offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday each Tuesday, or Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. That's prizepicks.com, guys. Make sure you head there to figure that out. And we're back on Locked On West Virginia. So, obviously, a lot of rumors flying around. We got UCF coming up this week. I was told that if it ends up like the Baylor game, there is a chance that we see movement before Texas Tech. But I still lean 75-25, even if he loses, that he'll make it to the end of the season. But time will tell. I think the way the team looks against UCF, guys, make sure you keep your eye out for that, because the team has to look bought in, right? They can't just be completely, like there's a certain look a team gets when they're just checked out, similar to the second half against Baylor. So be looking for that. See if they're checked out. See if they're bought in. Players I've talked to say they are, but they're going to say that. So we'll find out Saturday, guys. And listen, hopefully we don't embarrass ourselves against UCF, but if we do, maybe we'll get that change, Until then, guys, I'm going to jump off early tonight. You guys have a great night. I will be back live tomorrow with another episode of Locked On West Virginia. Until then, let's go Mountaineers. I'm out.